This is DLFM Online Radio Station Chicago. Dimensión Latina FM Radio TV. Baja nuestra aplicación a través de tu iPhone o Android. Búscanos como Dimela FM. Búscanos en TuneIn Radio como Dimensión Latina FM y visita nuestra página web dimelafm.com. Y ahora, Dimensión Latina FM, tu radio por internet presenta Alas de Amor. Alas de Amor, un programa con enfoque en los niños y jóvenes para la salud y bienestar de ellos y sus familias, conducido por ELSA PRADO. Bienvenidos.
PRADO, your host of Wings of Love. Today we are broadcasting live on Facebook through Dimensión Latina FM. Our guest today is Jose Echevarría, also known as Gringo. He's a dancer, choreographer, singer, songwriter, producer, author of 2 books, The Real Dance Fever 1 and The Real Dance Fever 2, adapted into a play. And today he will be talking about how all of this came about through the Latino community. He is also very much involved in helping out the community in the arts. And one of the things that I have come to know is that through his work, he has actually kept kids off the streets, which is one of the ways that will always help our youth and benefit our children. Plus, it also promotes the arts in the community and also the skills and the talents that they inherently have. And there's somebody here developing those talents. So welcome to Wings of Love.
Thank you so much. I'm excited. Thank you for this invitation. I'm excited to say my story and share it with all your followers. And maybe there's something that will touch somebody out there, because art is magical. And
art is
it
magical,
saves a lot
yes.
of us. So thank you.
And so is the creative realm, the creativity that everyone carries within, but yet it's underdeveloped, or it never gets a chance to shine. It never gets to be polished and worked through. And that's one of the things I have heard good stories about you and how you have inspired the youth and the community with your talents. You know, you're an artist in many different branches of the arts. So tell us
Yes.
what a little bit about your story, a little bit about you. You're of Puerto Rican descent, correct?
Puerto Rican, yes. Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, by the way of Humboldt Park, actually, been there all my life.
Yeah, the heart of Chicago.
The heart of Chicago, obviously. And that's been my canvas. Chicago has been my canvas for art and all the different changes I've done with art.
Definitely.
And,
so tell us
I got introduced to art at a very young age. At a very young age, I was raised by my granduncles, and they owned the San Juan Theater on Division Street. That's no longer there. But there I learned the stage. I learned how to respect the art. Then from there, when I went to school, I worked a lot in a lot of the art projects in school. And I was ready by that time, because for a Latino boy to really didn't get a lot of current events in school, and I learned that in the theater. And then after that, I met kids that were off the street that, after I just wanted to hang out, and I decided, wow, I love dancing, and I always have kids singing and dancing, and I ended up taking them in, and we ended up competing with dancers all over Chicago. And back then it was really rough, so the dancing was really hard, but there was no fighting, no guns, no knives.
Right.
And that's what we would do to kind of release ourselves and to say, this is how we represent ourselves. And
Right.
as amazing as it was an experience for me because all these kids came from homes um, that either they needed attention or they weren't seen or they could be out all night and they didn't even look for them. So it was an experience. ELSA, they helped me grow up. They helped me be more intuitive with people. So it was a learning experience both ways. And I also
Both ways,
got to meet
right?
their family because they will always look for me. So
Mm-hmm.
yes.
It's so rewarding, right? When you see them now grown and they come back and they tell you what their lives are like and all the things that they learned from you.
Right. That's
So I'm assuming that you've produced a good number of dancers.
Yes, I have. I've been really proud. I think I've been so proud because I didn't really think it made that much of a difference. But I've had doctors that come out of this alumni. I've had firemen, firewomen. I've had everything from all walks of life. And I've bumped into them because life is so amazing when I least think there I am. These are beautiful queens and kings that have
Right.
their own pillars of our community. And to know that I was part of that, and they always talk to me in a sense like, that was my choreographer, that was my mentor, that was my teacher. And I thank God because if I would have stood being more of a friend than a mentor, then coming around this corner, I don't think I would have had the same reception. I had to stay true. We have to
Right.
believe in each other to make things come true. Yes.
And to happen, right? That's so true.
Yeah, happen. I like I said, thank you for this invitation. It's such a beautiful invitation for you to let me tell your fans and everyone about my story. We all stand on shoulders of everyone. You giving me this platform, say, Gringo, Jose, tell us what did you do with the community. Also, I've had other people of you, if you don't mind me mentioning, Vilma Colon. She has been relentlessly helping the Hispanic heritage, fighting for it. And from day one, she's been one of my main cheerleaders for this. She's one of Chicago's alderwomen, and she's the president of the National Conference of Puerto Rican Women, Northern Illinois chapter. So she's
Right.
many other people down the line. And that's what the All-Stars is all about. Because when I had the All-Stars, they asked me, Gringo, why do you name us the All-Stars? And I said, because each of us are stars. There's not one
Right.
name that's gonna carry. You are a star that you bring to me. And that's how we carry each other. And as you open your forum, as Velma Colon helped me, that's how we go in this community. And now I'm giving circles again, and I'm here. And I'm talking about this beautiful story that these beautiful, when they were kids back then, now they're so older and they got their careers and they're pillars of the community.
Mhm.
And that's beautiful.
But one of the things that always is amazing is that there's a lot of people like you, a lot of people that are like, a lot of people don't know about all this work that you're doing. A lot of times it just gets done, and like we say, right, behind the scenes. And so much work is done behind the scenes that a lot of people don't get to see who the real person working all this magic is. They'll come to the theater, they'll see the performance, but they don't know who really is behind all of it. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy doing too, because there's a lot of people that are working very hard in our communities, in the community right here in a huge metropolitan city. We're not exactly small. When you compare, we're third in the country as the top city. So we have to really see the influence that it has on the community, on all these people's lives. And then I wanted to ask you, well, when you've been working with the arts, you've also branched out into music. You wrote some songs, and you're also with the play that got adapted, for a theater production. Tell us a little bit more about that. How did that happen?
Absolutely. Well, I love art. I look at art as a church. Sometimes things happen in life and we have to fall out, and we love things like art, reading, poet, painting. But then when we come back to it, that church says, "Come on in. If you want to tell me your feelings, write them down. If you want to paint them, come on and paint them. If you want to do your dance, go ahead, do it. I'm here." Art always accepts us. So I was writing some lyrics primarily for the book I wrote, The Real Dance Fever. And I didn't think I was going to have them really put up in production. Magically as it is, Elsa, I met this amazing magical producer named DJ Numo Dan. And we met, and I showed him my songs. I didn't have anything ready. Some of them my songs, some of them I had, believe this, on a cassette tape. And for some generations out there, you might not know.
They don't know what a cassette tape is anymore.
Sorry about that one. Look it up. And I had him on a cassette tape, and he told me, "Gringo, can I do these songs with you?" And he finished 22 songs with me. He is so talented, decades of talent, and we collaborated. Then when I had wrote the book, everything came together. The book was adapted into a play by the Urban Theater Company of Chicago. And it was written by Miranda Gonzalez. She's an amazing playwright. And then it was like one after another. But let me tell you something that's really magical. The same way you're talking to me that I appreciate this, the same way I was told, meet Hilda Fantani. Never met her. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna go meet her. They said, she will help, she will give you some support on what to do and where to take the book for a play. And I said, okay. That particular day I went and I met her in the middle of where she was gonna go to go see another play. But as I was waiting in line, one girl that I haven't seen in years told me, "Gringo, how are you? What are you doing here?" And I said, "Oh my God, I'm here because I'm gonna meet Hilda Fantani, and I didn't tell her the name. I said, I'm gonna meet a lady and she's gonna look at my book." And she said, "Okay, well, let me see it." And I said, No, I can't show you this book, it's for her. When we go in, I point to her and I go, "Listen, that's the lady that I wanna give the book to." She goes, "That's my mother." She was, the mother didn't know that she used to dance with me in the group, and they were both supporting me. That's how beautiful it was, because both of them didn't know about each other, and I got that support. The play was done into a beautiful, immersive, danceable play. And another thing that was beautiful, Elsa, is that as the play was going on, I had a lot of the dancers that were still around that got to see themselves played by younger people. And that was magical. Wonderful. For me. And they would tell me, "Wow, Gringo, I can't believe you made us look so young out there." So they got to see that. I lost 2 already, a year and a half ago, and 5 months I lost, but they got to see themselves on stage. So art helps us all, gives us memories, uplifts us, and gives us these emotions. The book was something that I never thought I could do. I'm gonna let all your fans know out there, si se puede. I never thought I could write a book. Yeah. I am dyslexia, which means that, a lot of my capacity to read has to go really low, and I have to really have a focus on my words. But you want to know something? I wrote 2 books, and I never thought I could do that. So I took my time, and I know you guys out there, if you have a story, if you have an emotion, you can do it, because I didn't have anyone to guide me. The only thing that guided me was God. That spirit says, "Do your thing." And in me says, "You can do it, Gringo." So I know it could be done. And it's a magical feeling to know that, wow, I did this, and I had so many handicaps that I didn't think I was going to go over.
Right. But see, you didn't allow any disabilities to get in the way.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing. And we all have our little handicaps, all of us. We all have our little things that it takes us a little more to do, but it's really something that we can get through it. When we really put our mind to it, we could get through it.
And for our gente Latina, sometimes we want to hang with the best, and sometimes we want to be with the in crowd. But let me tell you, the power is in your individuality.
It is.
It's just that's just the way it is, you know. And we hide a lot of things and we're embarrassed. But when it finally makes you feel free that you do it, you're like, wow, you know, you feel wonderful, you know, you feel free.
It's very,
And that's the
it's an
power of art.
amazing, right. It's a cathartic experience, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Very much so. Yes.
So what is the Real Dance Fever about? Like, just, I'm not saying tell the story, so, because I do want people to go out and buy your book. And then, of course, you could tell us where it's available and where they could go buy it. But just give us a little bit of like what inspired you to write Dance Fever, the Real Dance Fever, and what is the, like, I know you have a message in there. I know that there's something that you wanted to let people know. What is it?
Well, it was inspired because of the dance group, the All Stars. It was inspired for me to tell their stories in case it would never get told. And the Real Dance Fever is a group of kids in the inner city wanting to dream big,
Right.
not knowing, not having any guidance. How do we get there? Well, we got there with each other. We learned with each other. And as time goes by, years go by, and we meet each other as adults. And here we go again. And now it's a different era. And then we just take it again with music and dancing, bringing us back together. The story is that you can always dream and you can always take that chance. And that's what they did. And I was happy that that's what happened with our story. Kids from all walks of life. I had beautiful blondes, I had brunettes, I had tall guys, I had short guys, I had chubby, I had all colors. The art, I accept you, and that's what the Real Dance Fever. And it's called the Real Dance Fever because in the 80s, there was a show at 6:30 that was about disco, and everyone would run to the TV, and it was called Dance Fever. So I kind of related it to that era, and I named it the Real Dance Fever. And they're gems, they're beautiful stars. Even it can be read, that book, and people would say, oh my God, each character is so funny and loving.
So where would people find your book if they were looking for it, if they wanted to read your books? Where would they find them?
Yeah, right now you can go at amazonkindle.com and you can download it. You can download both. Books are there, and they have some examples of you can read into it before you download it. And right now it's right there on amazonkindle.com.
Okay, so it's an ebook more than anything, right?
Yes. Yeah, right now it's an ebook. Yes.
Okay, so there's no paperback at this time.
I actually I sold out a paperback in a couple events that I was at, but I'm hopefully going to start again and show up and do some pop-ups and do the paperback. People like the ebooks, but a lot of the old schoolers like the paperback, and I don't blame them.
You know, there's no better feeling than a book in my lap, to be honest with you, and just flipping pages. There's something about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. Yeah.
It is. I mean, maybe it might sound old school, but it really is a good feeling to have a book. An actual book.
It's just like holding an album.
Exactly. And look at we're seeing now, we're seeing a lot of the records come back. I see turntables back, and I see vinyl making a huge comeback.
Yes.
And a lot of people pegged us as dinosaurs for it, right? Weren't they calling us dinosaurs for having vinyl?
You know, it's so surprising.
And now I see the kids.
They look at it. What is it? What is it? Yeah.
Yeah. And now I see the kids looking for vinyl. So guess what? You know, it all comes back. So what
Absolutely. It
are
all
what are
comes
your
right back.
what are your dreams now? Like, it sounds to me like you've managed to get, make those dreams true. I mean, you probably were at some point in your life thinking, this is a dream that might never happen, but now years later, decades later, you're in a place where you have made a good number of dreams come true. You made them reality. So what are your dreams now?
My dreams are basically the same from the start. Always give art, give it forward, be a mentor. I did what I did. Now it's time for the new generations, for me to show them and to explain and let them know what I did, because they take up a whole new action. And if they have a little mentorship or a little kind of guidance of what we did, they're gonna take it to the extreme. I am, at this time in my life, I'm so happy because I'm able to choreograph dances that I did when I was with the groups back in the days. And now I'm choreographing for 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 41-year-olds, and 54-year-olds. And it blows my mind to see them all do, and to say, wow, when you guys did this, never thought in my mind that my choreography they would want to do it. That's a gift. That's me passing the baton.
Exactly.
So I'm going to be involved with a project coming up in September. Yes. Because it's all about them now. It's all about them.
Exactly.
It's their world.
Absolutely.
We can talk about it, but it's their world. And now I'm going to be involved with this project on September 28th, and about giving Latinos giving contribution of what they've done here in the community in Chicago, as far as promoting songs, dancing, DJs. I'm working with DJ Lugo Rosado, another amazing, talented DJ. This guy, I know him, believe it or not, since 1977, and he's amazing with talent. A lot of people in Chicago are familiar with a lot of DJs that are bigger than gods, and I get that. One of the DJs is Kenny Jason. He's always helped the community, and I got to give him his props. He's always been there. There's other DJs that are on sight of walls, but they're like unicorn rainbows. You've never seen them in the community, but they're big. So that's why I say the names of these DJs that are talented, because these are the DJs that are going to mentor other artists or other people that want to follow them. And that's how we did it back in the day. We would follow someone because we didn't have the guidance of the school. Let me see what you do. Let me follow. So now this time around, I'm going to choreograph for a whole bunch of different ages. It'll probably be the last one I'll do, because at this age, it's a killer, but I'm able to do it. I'm able to do it. This August 5th, I had a birthday, became 61. When I told them, they were like, no way. But art will pick you up. I don't care what age you are, art will never leave you. So that's why it's beautiful that I'm doing this time around, and I'm able to share it with you on your show, and able to speak about it with other people, and to also mention these names of these beautiful people. Also, there's nothing more beautiful than to being somewhere and someone says to me, do you know ELSA? And I'm like, yeah. And to speak so lovely of you makes me feel like, wow. And that's what happens with friends. And that's what happens with a lot of the dancers as they're coming along. Some of the dancers that I have read the book, didn't know about me, and they read the book. And then when they came to audition, they said, oh my God, I know about you, Gringo, and I wanted to do this. And little did I know. So it all comes the same. We all kind of latch into the same thing. And thank God this time, DJ Lugo Rosado mixed an amazing songs together for this event, for the dancers, for the new generation All-Stars. Now, we were the All-Stars, but this new dancers from this age is called the New Generation All-Stars, and they're going to be performing.
Beautiful.
And that's me passing the baton to them, and it's nothing more proudful that I'm able to do this still. So thank you for asking. That's a great question.
Yeah, no, and think about it. You're leaving a beautiful legacy, and then hopefully they will pay it forward. That they will take that on, and that the youth of today, will be, looking in their later years, when they're middle aged, like we are, that they also want to have that, that they can bring it to the upcoming generations, the younger ones that are just getting started, that they're just getting their feet wet, that they're just, feeling out their dreams. But, these dreams matter. And that's the beauty of it. We don't want our kids lost in the streets. We don't want our kids lost in drugs and alcohol and all the stuff that's out there these days. It's devastating when you see tragedy happen to these young children, these young kids. I just love to hear stories about people like you that have made a difference, a huge contribution to the community, because it really matters. It's a life of being productive, and we hope we can pass that on to the younger generation, that we're here to be productive. We're here to contribute, and give something back.
Yes. I've had, for the past month and a half, I have had 47 young kids from a high school. And when they stand there and they look at me, I tell them, all of you are beautiful. Each color, each size, each rumba, each salsa, each cha-cha-cha. All of you come from magic places. And if you like drawing, and you like art, and you like painting, and you like poet, guess what? You're a superhero. Mm-hmm. Because when you get mad at your mom, you can go in your room and you can be a superhero. You start drawing, you can be a poet.
And painting and everything, yeah.
And that's what life is gonna do. When you're mad and you come from work, you can start painting, you can start your poem, you can start singing. There's your outlet. A lot of the guys that I had back in the day really danced really hard, as if they were doing like a West Side Story kind of a fight. And it got really rough. And I used to be really impressed with the girls, because the girls my group had mainly girls. And they were like, no, gringo, we're gonna keep up. And that really amazed me on how they kept up. And when I seen how they had that attitude when they wanted to keep up, now when I see them as women, now I know. One is a firewoman, the other one is a policewoman, the other one became a doctor. It's like, wow, you can see that in a really young age when they want to be a leader. Right. And that's the job now still when I have this. This is not about me. This is about all the beautiful things you can do and all the beautiful things you're going to bring to us. Right. And that's what I learned, Elsa, from the All-Stars. I learned from being with these kids, and I learned that, hey, it's not about me. You go to the background. I'm always in the background, and I'm always backstage. But I'm always telling them, I'm looking at you, and you're gonna shine. And that's really been my calling. I've never been a person. The only time I'm on stage is when I know I'm gonna perform a song or I have some character. Other than that, I'm like a momager, what you call a momager, because I make sure they're mom and their manager, and I'm backstage. Make sure they look good. I make sure they look nice and tidy. I make sure they came in good that day, and then you go and do your thing. So this time I passed the baton. It makes me proud, and everything I've done, like you said, I'm really happy, because I didn't think I'll be able to do anything like that. Because when I wrote the book, I figured things would happen. I got a little sick. That stopped everything. But again, to let my people know, let all of our people know that here, all your fans and everything. I said, don't let anything stop you. I am being real with you. I'm being as honest with you. I ended up having a quadruple bypass. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I ended up having a quadruple bypass. And while I was in ICU with all these cords coming in and out of my body, I typing my book. And the nurses would say, oh, he's so sweet. What you doing, sweetie? And then I said, I'm going to write a book. And then I was thinking, I'm going to write a book, man. And I did. That could have been my last, because I was going in to do a quadruple bypass. Now it was
Mm-hmm.
journey and my goal. God said, I told God, if you want me here, I'm here. But you made me laugh, you made me smile. I can't be stingy with anything. It's what you want. And then when I opened my eyes, I was like, I gotta finish my book. I gotta finish
That's right.
and all that was given, all those gifts were given to me. So now, like you were saying, what are you doing now? Well, not so much me, but what are the other ones doing that I can help with? That's really what it's all about. The other ones doing that I can help with. And that's
Because this journey isn't over. This journey isn't over.
This universe is really wild, and it'll give it to you when you least expect it. And then
Exactly.
he dicho que dice, careful what you wish for. You better be careful what you wish for, porque then tomorrow te llega y que.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then surprise, surprise, here it is.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm really grateful.
It's been great, having this chat with you today, Jose. I mean, it's just amazing, and I see what you've been able to get through, you know what I mean? So let this be a testament to our youth, which this program is for. I dedicate all these programs to our youth and the upcoming generations that are going to be witnesses of all the stuff that is being done on their behalf. There is so much that's in the works for them so that they can have that future, those dreams, and that they can make them happen. So that's what we wish for. We wish for our youth to make those dreams true. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because you can. And you will dust yourself off. How many times, Jose? How many times will we dust ourselves off and we are going to get right back up?
That's what they call longevity. Is that we fell, but we got back up. And now it's your world. You can do that. Absolutely. Bravo.
And you can make it happen. So that's the message here, right? For our youth. You can make it happen. Those dreams can come true. Y sí se puede. Se puede porque se puede.
Se puede. Sometimes we look for guidance. We have our family, we have our close friends, but our family and our close friends, they have their own guidance. They have their own things they want to shine. We got to keep on with our own goal. And trust me, it will pay off. Because we are beautiful people. We are full with talent, and we want to share it with the world. And that's one of the things I notice is like all Latinos from all walks of life, they're just so beautiful and they just want to share their talent. And that's what I've learned from being with kids, being with all ages, really. Because we never stop. Art will never stop. Like I said, it will never stop.
Just the opposite. If you cultivate it, you will branch out into every different direction that you never thought possible. That's the beauty of it. It just has so much potential of growth. It branches out in all these different directions that you never knew existed, but it's the truth, but it's like, I hate when I run out of time because I want to keep going and talking, but we have to, unfortunately, my time is running short here. So I'm going to have to say, thank you. Thank you very much for being here, for collaborating on Wings of Love and sharing your experiences and your stories and all the work that you have done. And I hope people come out and they buy your book and, listen to your songs and everything else. I mean, and they come out to the event on the 28th of September, correct?
Yeah, that's going to be on the 28th of September, Roberto Clemente at 11. It's going to be a panel of a lot of people talking about back in the day. I want to tell you and your producer, thank you for this amazing opportunity. I have enjoyed talking with you, and I hope to see you guys. And anything you need me, I would be there in any time. Okay, I really appreciate this moment, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. And always a big thank you to my producer, Freddie Espinosa, who makes all these things possible. Thank you again, and we hope to see you soon at the event. And thank you so very much for doing all of this beautiful work for the youth of the community in Chicago. Thank you, Jose. Well, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to say thank you to our listeners, our audience who tunes in and they watch Wings of Love, and they have been very supportive as well of me and my work, and I appreciate that very much. So to everyone, many blessings and thank you. Thank you for everything. Blessings, everyone, and until next time. Adios. Bye-bye.
Hasta aquí llegamos con nuestra programación en vivo. Gracias por tu sintonía. Dimensión Latina FM, tu radio.